Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Securing Data and Access in the Era of AI webinar series. I'm Diana Vicesar, Product Marketing Manager on the Microsoft Entra team, and I'll be your host this week. Throughout this week, we're excited to bring you a series of sessions highlighting the value of Microsoft Entra and Microsoft Purview, and introducing the latest product features to secure your data and access. The sessions will include in-depth demos and live Q&A with our product experts, so you'll have the opportunity to get all your questions answered. If you can't join us live, that's no problem. Every session will be available on demand. Just use the links provided on this slide. Kicking off our series, we are joined today by Microsoft Entra Vice President of Product, Sinead O'Donovan, and Microsoft Purview General Manager of Product, Maithili Dandige, who will share their insights on why legacy security models fall short in the age of AI and why you need a strategy that brings together identity, access, and data protection. Without further ado, let's welcome Sinead and Maithili. Welcome both. Thank you so much for joining us today. That said, Maithili, please take it away.
I'm really excited to talk about this today. And I want to start by saying today's organizations are facing a new reality. AI is rapidly changing the way organizations operate, and with it, the way we must think about security. The number of identities and endpoints is exponentially growing, driven by both human users and non-human entities. In tandem, these entities and endpoints drive exponential growth in enterprise data. Expansion brings innovation. However, it dramatically increases the risk surface that security teams must protect.
In today's digital landscape, the sheer scale of identities and endpoints is unprecedented. Just consider this. There are already more than 300 billion passwords in use by humans and machines. Every new device, every new user, every new agent adds to the complexity and dramatically increases the attack surface for potential threats. This explosion of identities isn't just a statistic, it is a fundamental shift in how organizations must approach security. Each identity represents a possible entry point for attackers and a cache of enterprise data that must be protected. The more identities and endpoints we have, the greater the risk, and the harder it becomes to manage and secure access and data at scale.
The reality is that AI is here to stay. Employees now rely on it for faster, automated work and making better decisions every single day. But it's also making what was already a tough job even harder. Even before the ubiquitous deployment of AI, security teams were already understaffed and under-resourced to tackle this ever-evolving threat landscape. But the prevalence of AI has developed an even more frontier form of risk. Let's take a look at this. AI-related security incidents are no longer rare events. 70% of organizations now report AI incidents because access no longer stops at apps or files. It now includes prompts, agents, connectors, and data moving in ways traditional controls were never designed to see. Additionally, the use of generative AI has translated to explosive growth in the volume of enterprise data that must now be secured. Did you know 90% of the world's data has been created in the last 2 years? And that's only going to accelerate.
Not only that, but it's no longer just traditional users whose access and data must be protected. By 2029, 60% of secure access requests are expected to come from non-human identities, including AI agents. That fundamentally changes how access must be secured at scale. The takeaway is clear. AI unlocks enormous opportunity, but it also raises the stakes. If you cannot see and control access, you cannot safely unlock the value of the AI promise. Under this new paradigm, the old way of doing security are not agile or scalable enough to keep up with the demands of how identities and data move today. Access can no longer be granted or denied solely at the application layer, not when it's needed across prompts and granular workflows. Additionally, access can no longer be limited to just human identities. We are seeing the rise of agents that can operate autonomously across the enterprise tools and data. And these agents need to be enforced in the same way that employees are.
And if you take a look at this, across human and non-human entities, you need guardrails around how identities can access sensitive data. But that sensitive data needs to be protected in real time, not just at rest, not after the data has already left the organization.
To adapt to the changing nature of the security landscape, our vision is a unified, adaptive approach to access security, moving beyond siloed identity and network access solution to an access fabric that can secure every digital interaction. It is powered by 3 zero trust driven principles: contextual access, continuous evaluation, and connected real-time protections. Identity establishes who or what should have access and permissions, while network access continuously validates trust and security of the sessions based on the identity signals. This holistic approach is designed with zero trust principles for every interaction, enabling you to secure access for any identity to any AI, app, data, or resource anywhere.
And part of that zero trust model of continuous evaluation, tight governance, and ubiquitous protection across humans, machines, and agents is incomplete without your data security controls that ensure that sensitive data, organizational data, is being used by the right entities, and that data isn't leaving the trust boundaries of your organization.
So what does this mean for Microsoft Entra and Purview? It means a security model that can connect access decisions with data protection in real time and evaluates those decisions at the speed and scale at which AI operates. It means a secure access model that evaluates every session, not just per login, extends the access controls to human users and agents, and controls that adapt based on the surrounding conditions.
And for Purview, this means that data is protected in real time as it travels from location to location, not just at rest or after it has left the trust boundary. And the beauty of Purview is that you have one home to manage how data is secured across the digital estate. And it enables a consistency of protections that follow the data, whether it's on endpoint, in an application, or being shared with a third-party location over the network. Together with Entra, our customers can now enable a highly connected and integrated control system in which access decisions are informed by data sensitivity, and adaptive data protections are enforced based on identity, conditional access, and insider risk context.
So no matter who or where the request is coming from, with Entra, you've one home to enable secure access. An access fabric that unifies identity and network access into one dynamic defense. Identity and network access work as one across AI apps, internet traffic, and private resource, all under unified policy.
And with Purview, you have one home to manage how data should be secured across data estate, no matter where it lives, is used, or travels. Data is commonly interacted through enterprise apps such as Microsoft 365, third-party applications such as Workday or Salesforce, or even proprietary line of business apps. The data can be downloaded to the device, and there it can be copied to removable media or printed. And more commonly, in the AI era, the data can be shared to unmanaged browsers or consumer-grade AI apps that employees bring to work, all of which can send the crown jewel to unmanaged, potentially risky third-party locations. That's why we've integrated with Entra to enable network-level data protections. So now holistically, we can wrap data security protections around every emerging scenario where users' agents may interact with sensitive data. And with that, I want to announce some of the exciting new value that is available through Microsoft Entra and Purview to help organizations adapt to the AI and agentic era. Starting with network data security, this integration, which is now in public preview, enables organizations to secure data in motion as it's potentially shared to shadow AI, unmanaged SaaS apps, and personal cloud storage locations over the network, helping prevent sensitive data leakage. In the second webinar of this series, which will be on air tomorrow, the Purview and Entra product PMs will walk you through this capability in depth with you so that teams can start implementing this in their environments.
And on Thursday, we'll have some additional folks from Entra and Purview product teams walking you through all of the robust protections we have in place for AI agents, including those that may be running locally on the device, as well as in the cloud alongside all of your organization's data. Be sure to stick around for both sessions to see some fantastic demos, as well as Q&A to answer your burning questions on these topics.
And all of this incredible value is now available in Microsoft 365 E7. E7 features the advanced data security capabilities in Purview, the identity and access capabilities in Entra, all of the security guardrails you need for AI agents and Agent 365, and much more. Thank you, and over to you, Diana.
Thank you so much, Maithili and Sinead, for such an amazing presentation. I'm sure our audience is very excited to join us for the rest of this series. So with that, we're coming to the end of our first session. If you'd like to learn more about how to get the most value from Microsoft Entra and Microsoft Purview, we encourage you to explore these additional resources. As a reminder, the rest of this week features immersive demo sessions highlighting key scenarios across Entra and Purview. Thanks again for joining us today. We're looking forward to seeing you all throughout the rest of this series.